Hello and welcome to the video. This is Kimberly Denise, and I am cutting this video and the series of videos just to share with you and invite you to come and study along with me as I'm going through this book called No BS: Wealth Attraction in the New Economy by Dan Kennedy. I've already started to read this book and I found it so valuable that I'm like, you know what? People need to hear this information. People need to read this book, and if you don't want to go out and pick it up yourself, just go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel where you can study along with me, where we're going to be reading through this book chapter by chapter and just discussing various parts of this book that are just going to help you revolutionize the way that you view money and being wealthy and getting rich. So here's the preface, and I'm going to be reading along, so just follow along with me here. How to make yourself magnetic to money. This is not a book about making money. This is not a book about creating wealth. Both words, making and creating, reinforce what I call the work-money link, a limiting idea that we will change, a chain we will break in this book. Words like make or create suggest that you obtain wealth only through and in proportion to effort exerted. These words imply that wealth comes about primarily, if not only, through hard work and through extreme exertion. This book is about the attraction of wealth. I use the word attraction most deliberately. In this book, I hope to empower and equip you to attract all the wealth you want, with far greater ease than you've ever imagined, faster than you think possible, with less work than you would think possible, in any economic conditions, booms or recessions, including the fast emerging new economy that I will speak about extensively in these pages. This is a radical shift on several levels. There is a philosophical component, so we will be discussing your thoughts and attitudes and beliefs about wealth. We will not stop there. As an early mentor of mine said, you can't eat philosophy. There is a way of thinking that repels wealth, and that is obviously how most people think. There is a way to think that attracts wealth. If you think that way, you are magnetic to opportunity, money, and wealth. This is all important, yet it has a hand often overplayed. A few years back, for example, there was an enormously popular made-for-DVD documentary promoting thought as the secret to wealth attraction. Always an appealing promise for obvious reasons, but a lie by omission. There's much more to it. There is a strategic component. There are very practical things to do to put yourself in the right position, to set in motion the forces that attract wealth. I'm not talking about investing strategies. This is not a book about investing. You invest to create or preserve wealth. I'm talking about the attraction of wealth. So relax. You need not fear yet another mind-numbing discussion of mutual funds and 401ks and stocks and trends, illustrated with charts and graphs. Instead, we'll be dealing with entrepreneurial strategies, relationship strategies, influence strategies, and marketing strategies that, properly employed, will make you magnetic to opportunity, money, and wealth. There are new mandates of the new economy, too, requiring new strategies and clearer focus on time-honored ones. All will be discussed here. Finally, there is a behavioral component. There are behaviors that repel wealth, and that is obviously how most people behave. There are ways to behave that attract wealth. If you behave that way, you are magnetic to opportunity, money, and wealth. Ultimately, it is my contention that wealth attraction is much more about doing than thinking. In total, this is all about making adjustments to the way you think and act that make it easier to attract all the wealth you want faster and easier than you can imagine. Whoops, skipped ahead a little fast there. Warning. Yes, a warning. When I say radical changes in beliefs and behavior, I mean it. A lot of what you're about to read is going to be very hard to swallow. You will be tempted to instantly reject it. You will find it contrary and challenging to what you've been taught and what you believe. It will make you uncomfortable. It's natural to simply turn off and move away from anything causing you discomfort. However, a great deal of discovery and growth and progress and success is preceded by discomfort. Very true. This is a very blunt book. The No BS in its title makes that promise. And a lot of what is published elsewhere about wealth is in the feel-good category. This book includes a fair amount of things those other authors probably know but keep to themselves, lacking the courage to say them publicly, certain they will offend people. I have never been concerned with who I may offend, and I'm not about to start worrying about it now. I didn't even sugarcoat many of these discomfort-producing statements, building up to them gently, wrapping them in entertaining parables. This is the no BS truth about how entrepreneurs attract wealth as I know it. To avoid having wasted the price of this book, and more importantly, to avoid missing out on incredible opportunities to transform your life for the better, you need to tolerate some of this discomfort to patiently and carefully consider ideas and suggestions that at first seem dead wrong, illogical, irrational, and unreasonable to you. To encourage you, I'm going to briefly describe my qualifications to convince you that I am a person you should take seriously, even though I'm presenting ideas you may find difficult to accept. I tell you these things not to brag. I have no need. I started out in life broke, no family resources. I have no college degree. By traditional predictive factors, I'm a man least likely to succeed. Before age 50, solely via my own entrepreneurial pursuits, I had amassed sufficient wealth to allow me to stop working and never make another dollar if I so choose. I have built, bought, sold businesses, developed hugely successful businesses, even invented an entire industry. I have achieved prominence, some degree of fame. In recent years, money has flowed to me in ever-increasing abundance, even as my interest in it has waned. I have made millions of dollars a year in personal income. I now own a nice home, own many racehorses, own other good investments, classic cars, have zero debt, and I live exactly as I wish in every respect. I work closely, privately, with hundreds of multimillionaire and seven-figure income entrepreneurs, most of whom have created their businesses from scratch. Many quickly, many with my assistance from the start. These millionaires literally stand in line and pay huge sums for my advice. These people take me very seriously. I have taught them how to go beyond the making of money to the attraction of wealth. This book, incidentally, is in part derived from a seminar I conducted only once, by my choice, attended by about 100 entrepreneurs, each paying about $1,000 for the privilege. It is also based in part on discussions from a wealth attraction coaching group that I worked with, comprised of 18 entrepreneurs, most enjoying million and multi-million dollar annual incomes, each paying $14,000 to be in the group. My lowest consulting fee is currently $18,800 for a single day, a substantially higher hourly rate than top lawyers and law firms or top doctors can command, and I'm pleased to say there's usually a waiting list. Again, I tell you all this to evidence the value and validity of the ideas in this book, even though they may seem weird to you. If you stop to think about it, it's probably true that most of what you've been taught about money, opportunity, and wealth was taught to you by people without wealth. Most of what you've read or heard about wealth was said or written by the unwealthy. Most of the people you've associated with, sorry guys, whose opinions about money you've heard often aren't wealthy. Most of what is your present belief system about wealth was built with raw material you obtained from unwealthy sources. Very true. I mean, think about your family, think about your friends, think about your teachers. Were any of them multimillionaires? Did any of them know a thing about money? In my case, no. In stark contrast to those sources, I am a wealthy source. If my ideas didn't contradict, conflict, and challenge those in your present belief system, something would be wrong. Incidentally, I fully realize that you may be quite successful in your own right. I suspect that's the case. Poor people rarely buy books with wealth in the title, just one of the many reasons they stay poor. So I do not discount your accomplishments or your knowledge, but I've worked with a great many successful people who struggled mightily to get there, who succeeded despite their beliefs about wealth rather than thanks to them. I have watched such people go through the most amazing transformations and liberations with the ideas in this book. You will meet some of them in this book. No matter how successful you may be, I am confident that you will find some ideas in this book that will surprise you, shock you, challenge you, liberate you, and benefit you. I am confident that Donald Trump could read this book and find something to use to attract even greater wealth, more easily than ever before. Alright, this is just some resources that he's sharing with us. I'm going to go ahead and end that first, or in the preface there, and then I'm going to go ahead and ask you to head over to the next video, which is entitled Wealth Magnets. And let me see here. Wealth Magnet number 1. So go ahead and advance on to video entitled Wealth Magnet number 1, and I will meet you right over there.